was on my way to the store earlier, and there was a lady and her son had stopped me. And this little boy, he was just so full of joy, just so happy. He was probably like 5, 6, something like that. And he was just so full of joy. And his mother was like, my son wanted to stop you and just tell you, some stuff. And he did. I had in my earphones, so I couldn't hear, so I had to take him out. And I was just looking at him, and it reminded me of like joy, just that pure childlike joy. And he was like, it's my birthday. And I was like, oh my goodness, And he was just so joyful. I'm telling you this because as I was speaking with that little baby, and he had like this childlike joy, this innocence, and even though we live in a world right now to where it's really, really messed up, it is. But I have not ran into a kid like this little baby I have seen in quite some time. That ought to be telling, I'm telling you, because we live in a world to where these children now are being pushed and fed information, even from their own parents, and these children are missing their childhood, okay? I need for you to understand what I'm saying. Your children need to retain being a child as long as possible because there's children all over the world whose innocence have been lost, as well as the United States. This is a global thing. But me running into that lady and her son allowed me to see how important it is for what we do. Because these children are all looking at us. Every one of us, these children in whom we encounter and whom we see. And a lot of times we don't even see them. They see us, just like this baby saw me first. That's why the mother stopped me. But there are children literally watching you. You get what I'm saying? They are watching you. And you are the example for generations to come, for the next generation. And even if your family children don't see that you are the example, somebody else's kid will. Understand this. Because a lot of times when you're close to people, they can't see it. But there's always going to be people out there who enjoy you, your presence and everything. And that 1 minute that I was speaking to this woman and her child did a lot for me because I have not seen that in children in a very long time. Parents, if you have kids, try to allow them to remain a child long as possible. They do not need to know everything that's going on in this world. I'm not saying to keep them stupid, but do not allow them to sit there because that's you understand that's adding trauma. A lot of you may not think that is, but the stuff that's going on in this world is very traumatic, okay? Think about trauma with an adult, but you have children. Every place around the world is different, but trauma is trauma. I'm not adding, I'm not taking away nothing. There's different types of trauma. Allow your kids to be kids. Allow them to have joy in things. I don't care if because a lot of kids, you don't even have to buy them all them stuff. A lot of kids, you could give them some boxes and they're going to make ships out of it. You get what I'm saying? Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You buying all them toys and stuff, thinking whatever, but all they want to do is just be a kid and play. That's what I'm talking about. Just let them be children because that's where they find their innocence, their purest, rarest self. And in that, they're able to find themselves even for the next generation that's coming.